membrane. So our cell membrane, there are three components that make up the cell membrane, which are phospholipid molecule, protein molecule, and also the cholesterol molecule. Okay, so now we look at one of the phospholipid molecule. Okay, so this is the phospholipid molecule. So cute, right? This is what I done today. Okay, so you can see the phospholipid molecule as we learned last week. You still remember how is the head, how is the tail. So you know the phospholipid molecule. What is the characteristics? The head is a polar hydrophilic head, right? And the tail is a non-polar hydrophobic tail. The tail is non-polar. You see the head, so cute, which is polar hydrophilic head, and the tails, which is non-polar hydrophobic tails. Okay, so you know the head like water. The head philic means the head loving water, hydro means water, and the tail phobic, head water. So as you know, this is our cell. This is our cell, and you know they are surrounded by the aqueous solution, which is watery. Okay, aqueous solution, a solution inside the water. So the scientists will try to figure out how is the phospholipid bilayer. So if the phospholipid molecule, they are arranged like this, how they are arranged? If they are arranged like this, the head love water, enjoy. But the tail hate water, but inside of the cell is aqueous solution, which is contain water. So the tail hate water. I don't want to arrange like this. So I turn it. Okay, I arrange like this. The head say, wow, inside got aqueous solution, love water, but the tail facing the aqueous solution of the outside of the cell, hate water. So how the phospholipid bilayer arrange? How they are going to arrange if they are in this situation? So the best way, they will be arranged like this. So our cell membrane, they are like this. You can see the head, they are facing outwards. Love water, and you can see the head, which is a polar hydrophilic head, facing inward. Inside of the cell, there is an aqueous solution, right? Like water. And you can see this hydrophobic tail, they are facing each other inside. Can you see? So our plasma membrane, or I say our cell membrane, is made up of how many phospholipid layer? One or two? Finally, the scientists conclude that our plasma membrane is made up of phospholipid bilayer, which is two layers. They are not single layer. They are two layers. If single layer, can they arrange in single layer? Girls and boys? Can?
No.
The tail will be head water. The tail will be head water, right? So in order for them to happy, so the head face water, the head face water. Understand? And the tail will be face each other on inside. Can you understand? Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So today I want to make you all more clear about this cell membrane, or I say plasma membrane. Okay. So now we go to the another one. Okay, you see, teacher. Actually, this one I do today. Okay. I just want you all to make more clear about the structure of cell membrane. Okay. So as you know, the cell membranes. As you know, if the cell membrane, they are arranged like this. Okay, so there are not only the phospholipid bilayer, but there are several types of protein can be scattered inside the sea of phospholipid bilayer. I mean, there are various types of protein. So now we look at the first protein is look like this. Okay, it look like this. What is this type of protein? Can you tell teacher what
Protein or channel protein?
This will be the channel protein or the pore protein, right? Okay, so I put the name here, channel protein. You are right. You got the right answer. Okay, so they are arranged like this. Okay, next, okay, this will be the phospholipid bilayer. And the second protein I want to show you all is this one. What is this?
Carrier protein.
Wow, you're also smart. This will be the carrier protein. Okay, this will be the carrier protein, and this will be the phospholipid bilayer. So you can see the protein, they are scattered between the phospholipid bilayer, right? They are scattered, okay? They are embedded in the sea of phospholipid bilayer, or I say the fluid of phospholipid bilayers, okay? So now, the next one that I want to show you is this type. Oh, what is that?
Protein.
What is this? The short
Glycoprotein.
carbohydrate chain. Short carbohydrate chain attached to protein, and this will become the
Glycoprotein.
Glycoprotein.
You are right. Okay, very good. Okay, next. Okay, I no more place already. My God. Okay, so this will be the phospholipid bilayer, and the next protein that you never see before. What is this? Haha. Actually, this is the receptor protein. Yeah, this is receptor protein. Okay, so there are several types. There are various types of protein. They are scattered in the sea of phospholipid bilayer. So actually today we are going to learn the properties of the cell membrane, which is a partially permeable membrane, which means not allow all the substances to pass through. You will prevent certain substances. Okay, so example, the oxygen. You can see the oxygen here. Okay, so the oxygen is just pass through the phospholipid bilayer to get inside the cell, because the cell need the oxygen. Without the oxygen, the cell will die, right? Okay, so the cell need the oxygen. So, but the oxygen, because they are non-polar, they are just very small. Okay, so they can just pass through the phospholipid bilayer. This is phospholipid bilayer, right? So the oxygen can just pass through the phospholipid bilayer and then get inside the cell. Okay, diffuse through the phospholipid bilayer and then get inside the cell. But example, this sodium ion, okay, you can see this sodium ion, they got charge, they got charge. So if they cannot, this ion and A+, they cannot pass through the phospholipid bilayer. You can see the head is polar, but the tail is non-polar. The tail is non-polar. The tail, this side will be the hydrophobic region. So this side, the tail side will be the hydrophobic region. This will be the hydrophobic region. The tail is hydrophobic region. Okay, so the sodium ion cannot diffuse through the phospholipid bilayer, get inside the cell. So how the sodium ion get into the cell? How? They need the
Facilitated diffusion.
they need the facilitated diffusion, but through which structure? Through the phospholipid bilayer.
Channel protein.
Through the channel protein. So they just pass through this one, channel protein. They just pass through this channel protein and then get inside the cell, diffuse through the channel protein and then get inside the cell. So example, you want to go from A to B, but that is separated by a hill. So how do going to from A to B? You will like go through like the room or anything, right? So in order to get inside, to get into the area, right? So the sodium ion is also the same. So the sodium ion will pass through the channel protein in order to get inside the cell. Get the idea? Right? Can
Yes,
or cannot? Very good.
Teacher.
Okay. Yeah. You got any question?
No, teacher.
No question. Okay, so example, this is the glucose. So what is that? The blue color one is glucose, right? This is glucose. Okay, and then I just take out this protein. Okay, I just take out this protein, and I will show you another protein, which is also the carrier protein. So this is also the carrier protein. You can see this carrier protein, they got the specific binding site. So this is the specific binding site. This is a specific binding site. Okay. So example. So we need the glucose for the cell. Okay, without the glucose, the cell will die, right? Glucose is oxidized. Glucose is needed for cellular respiration. So the cell need glucose. Okay. The cell need, what is this, teacher? This is amino acid. Yeah, this is amino acid. But there are some carrier protein on the plasma membrane. I mean, the scattered in the phospholipid bilayer. There are carrier protein. This is carrier protein. This is carrier protein. Teacher, how do you know? Because the carrier protein will have this specific binding site. This specific binding site. For example, this carrier protein is for glucose. Oh, glucose is so big. They are large. They are polar molecule. They cannot pass through the hydrophobic region. Still the same. They cannot pass through the hydrophobic region. So how the glucose get inside the cell? The glucose will bind to the specific binding site of the carrier protein, and the carrier protein will open and then somehow allow the glucose to get inside the cell. Yeah. Understand? Okay, so how about this amino acid? This amino acid will bind to the specific binding site of this carrier protein, and then the amino acid will get inside the cell. Yeah, get the idea? Understand? Okay, so
Yes,
how
teacher.
glucose amino acid get inside the cell? Actually, they are through the carrier protein. So the carrier protein will carry the glucose amino acid to get inside the cell, to diffuse into the cell through the facilitated diffusion, which we will learn later. Understand? Okay, so we got this glycoprotein, right? So you can see this actually is a short carbohydrate chain. And this short carbohydrate chain attached to protein molecule, it will form the glycoprotein. And you know each individual will have different shape. Okay, so if other people that donate blood to your body, example, your red blood cell, so example, this is your red blood cell. Okay, this is your red blood cell. Okay, they were ugly one, so ugly. Okay, so each individual will have different shape. Okay, so if this actually is an identity for yourself, okay, identity for yourself. So each individual will have different type of this marker. Understand? So if this short carbohydrate chain attached to the protein, then this will be called the glycoprotein. Get the idea? Okay, so the last one will be this. Wow, a bit messy for my paper already. Okay, so is it all clear? Okay, how about this? So,
Teacher.
yes, now we look at the last one, which is the receptor protein. Okay, receptor protein. So you can see the receptor protein. You know the name also called receptor. So the protein are going to receive something, right? So example, you're just after your lunch. So your blood will has a lot of glucose. Wow. So you just after your lunch, your blood will has a lot of glucose, and your pancreas will secrete insulin hormone. So what is this? This is the insulin molecule. Okay, this will be the insulin molecule. Okay, where is my insulin molecule? Okay, so this is my insulin molecule. Okay, so this is my insulin molecule, and this insulin molecule will bind to this specific shape. Okay, will bind to this specific shape of the receptor protein, will bind here. After it bind here, the glucose will bind to the specific cell carrier protein, and then the glucose will get inside the cell. The cell will use the glucose to release the energy, will oxidize the glucose to release the energy. So this glucose from the blood will diffuse, okay, through the carrier protein and then get inside the cell for the cell to be used. Understand? So if this insulin bind to this receptor protein, this channel will open. And then the glucose can bind to the specific site of this carrier protein, and the glucose will get inside the cell. You get the idea of receptor protein? Okay? Can?
Teacher, is it possible to repeat?
Repeat for which part?
The receptor protein.
The receptor protein, of course, yes. So let's say you are now just after your lunch. Is it this glucose molecule? This will be the glucose molecule. The glucose molecule increases, right? Okay, so if the glucose molecule increases, your pancreas will secrete this insulin. Okay, teacher, what is this? Insulin actually is a type of hormone. This insulin, and this insulin will bind to this receptor protein. Okay, because this insulin will have a specific shape. It can bind to here. Okay, it can bind to here. Can it bind to other place? Other place? No, no. So it will bind here. Okay, it will bind here. Okay, so once the insulin molecule bind to the receptor protein, it will open this. It will open the channel for the carrier protein for the glucose. So the glucose, you just after your lunch, your glucose concentration is high in your blood. So the glucose can bind to the specific site of the carrier protein and then get inside the cell. So the glucose in the blood will become decreases. So this actually is a homeostasis mechanism. It's a negative feedback mechanism which we will learn later. Okay? Clear?
Teacher,
Yes? And understand?